What if I told you the man who built a $100 million empire once slept in the back seat of his car? Under the rain? He wasn't born rich. He wasn't handed anything. All he had was a dream. And when the world gave up on him, he refused to give up on himself. This is the story of Chris, the man who turned his lowest nights into his greatest rise. Today, he's the founder of a global company worth over $100 million. But before the success, before the luxury cars, he had nothing, not even a home. And it all began right here with a dream too big to die. The beginning. Every step forward felt like a mile uphill. He couldn't pay rent. Bills piled up. Failure felt permanent. His day job barely paid enough to survive. His side hustle wasn't working. Every morning he asked himself, is this all my life will ever be? He'd see others living the life he wanted and wonder when it would ever be his turn. Job after job, door after door, rejection became routine. Each no felt heavier than the last. His relationship broke apart. His family began slipping away. He had no apartment, no comfort, just his son and a car. Every night he whispered to his son, "It's gonna be okay," even when he didn't believe it himself. His entire fortune fit inside one worn-out wallet. But through that cold, quiet morning, something changed inside him. He decided, this is not how his story will end. One day he walked into a brokerage firm, not to invest, but to beg for a job. He studied the market until his eyes burned. Someone noticed his hunger, his discipline, his refusal to quit. That single handshake became the first door that finally opened. Every no he heard became fuel for his next call. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months. Progress was slow but steady. He worked while others slept. He learned while others scrolled. Every goal he wrote down became a promise, and he kept every single one. And then, it happened. He became one of the youngest brokers to ever close $1 million deal. People began to trust him, believe in him, follow his lead. That single deal was the spark that ignited everything. He built his empire from the chaos, one decision at a time. Years of discipline, repetition, and relentless focus transformed his life. He rebuilt not just wealth, but love and peace. Now his company spans continents, and his story inspires millions. The same city where he once slept in his car now holds his legacy, and he gives back, teaching others what discipline can create. Because success isn't built on motivation, it's built on discipline. The man once invisible to the world became unforgettable. Here's what his story teaches us. Start where you are, even if it feels small. Stay disciplined, even when no one believes in you. Remember, motivation fades, but discipline builds empires. Because in the end, consistency beats inspiration every single time. Which part of this story inspired you most? Tell us below. If you want more stories like this, subscribe to Only Talks. And never forget, greatness begins with small steps. Because the next story might just be yours. Up next, the story of the man who turned 100 rejections into one unforgettable success.